I'm testing to see if this microphone is working. I just realized it looks like I don't have a shirt on. I've got a shirt on. Yeah, I was like, why do I look different? Why do I look sultry? Okay, whatever. I can't get this shit to work, but hello, party people. I am back with another video. I'm just gonna unplug this. I am doing my check-in for the Artist's Way, the first week. I was supposed to do this on Saturday, and it is Tuesday. I left it a couple days. Yeah. I don't know why I've been putting it off. I think I've been scared. But this week has been good. In fact, let me just get into it with the book. At the end of every week, we get 3 questions to check in with our progress of this book. I found it to be good. I think it's helpful. I guess it's helpful in some way that I'm going through a breakup, because this is giving me purpose, low-key. Like, I wake up and I'm like, time to think about how everything went wrong in my life in the last 3 weeks. And then I'm like, actually, let me just write about it. And then I don't think about it for the rest of the fucking day. Like, okay, maybe I do. Like, I still have those uncomfortable feelings crop up, but they're not, like, at the forefront of my mind. I'm not ruminating on this bullshit. And it's felt good because it's pushed out a lot of kerfuffle, I would say, that was in my mind, and it's made room to think creatively. And I've worked on a few songs. There's this song called Oslo Girls. If you know me, you know I'm like a Norway boo. I fucking love Norway. I don't play about Norway for real. But I'm glamorizing these girls. I think it's really cool. I think it's on theme with the world I'm building for Bijou, or Bijou Baby. Oh, I feel shy saying that, but it's probably just gonna be me watching this video and, like, my sister I have blocked and she's stalking me, and, like, I don't know, 2 people I went to school with. Like, okay, so I've kind of answered the first question, but let's go back to it. So, number 1 was, how many days this week did you do your morning pages? 7 out of 7, we always hope. How was this experience for you? So I've touched on it. I've really needed it. I think it's been really therapeutic. And I've found sometimes when I'm waking up and there's things in my mind that are, like, fresh and I need them, like, I would love to write this down, but I don't have the ability to reach for anything other than my phone, if that makes sense. I'll just go back to sleep. And then I wake up and I do my morning pages first thing, and that's been really good. I think perks of being unemployed and having, like, no purpose in life right now. But yeah, I just wake up and I do that. That was a blurt. So, what this week has been focusing on is I've been tasked to sort of identify the negative self-talk that can stifle my creativity. And I just caught myself there saying, I have no purpose in life right now. What? I have so much purpose in life. This is my fucking purpose. Like, I'm doing a book to regain clarity with my purpose. But yeah, I think I'm still getting the hang of the blurts and what to say in the affirmations. I really struggle with that, actually. So I also had to do some assignments this week, some tasks, get given 10. I think that is the same for every week. I don't know, I am only a day into my second week, so essentially my assignments for this week were to sort of confront slowly and subtly the sort of things that have been holding me back. So I had a task to revisit some of my monsters, or the Monster Hall of Fame, and essentially these monsters are people that have instilled or affirmed those negative beliefs I've had about my creativity. Let me go through them, actually. I don't know how in-depth I want to go, because to some degree I feel like I wasn't able to go in-depth myself yet. So I want to go back and revisit these from time to time. Like, I've only just written my my letter to... Oh, I don't know if that was my drama teacher. I hate you, bitch. I hate you. But yeah, so I had to pick 3 enemies of my creative self-worth. And I picked my drama teacher, my GCSE and A-level drama teacher, because I had the same one. I ended up dropping drama when I was 16 because I was in a class full of my ops. Like, one guy literally fucking sexually assaulted me in that class. My ex-best friend was now dating him. Oh, I did not want to be in that environment. And I remember, like, going to this lady and being like, hey, I want to drop this class. And she was like, really? I could see you getting at least a B. After telling everyone they could get A's, A stars, shoot for the fucking, I don't know, shoot for the moon, like, nothing would be able to stop them. And for me, it's at least a B. To this day, I'm like, girl, I don't like you. You mean-ass bitch. Like, I remember as a kid, I dreamt so desperately of becoming an actress. I loved acting. I wanted to be on Disney Channel. In Qatar, I feel like there weren't as many as opportunities. This was something I dreamt of so bad, and I remember doing drama with Jane Williams, which doing drama with her killed the last bit of hope I had to pursue acting. I just thought I wasn't good enough. I was never going to be good enough. So I just gave up on it. To think that this grown woman had this much of an impact on 15-year-old me. Girl, I don't have anything nice to say to you, fucking lady. I have nothing nice to say to you. I digress. I don't know. I guess everyone's practice is different, but I think there's a lot of resentment and anger in mine. Hence the devil horns. My next enemies of my creative self-worth. I think I journaled this, but I don't know if I want to keep... Whew. I just saw my ex's full name in there. I don't know if I should be looking at this right now. So I'm just gonna try riff of what I can remember. The second enemy of my creative self-worth, I feel, well, my parents, unfortunately. I think I spent a lot of time with myself as a child. My parents are divorced, and they were going through the divorce, like, during my childhood, and I felt like a lot of the hobbies I wanted to pursue, if I ever went to them about it, I'd be met with, ask your mom or ask your dad, and I would never get an answer. So I would look up YouTube videos, and, like, I'd teach myself gymnastics, I'd teach myself, like, all these things. I'd just try to put myself out there because I was being stopped for no reason. And I think as well, my mum, low-key, that lady's my ops, bro, but, if you're watching, no, you're not, just kidding. But I remember a lot of things I wanted to do, actually. I don't know how much I should share on the internet about this, but this is my life, this is my experiences. When I could finally bypass all those ask your mum, ask your dad shenanigans, and I was able to get myself through that door, then I would have my mum telling me that, oh, I just give up too easily, or I'm never committed to these certain things, but I would be put into classes like taekwondo. I never asked to fucking do taekwondo, bro. Like, I was asking to do like singing lessons. Or I went, oh my god. This is like coming up right now. Yo, I'm getting secondhand embarrassment, but this is my life. So, when I was like 7 or 8, I had a German piano teacher that lived across the road from me, and she'd been teaching me a little bit, like I'd been learning the keyboard, and it'd been a lot of fun. And one day she comes over the road to ask my mum for payment, because rightfully so, it's her job. My mum, she causes this whole like stir up, and then I no longer do those keyboard lessons, and I still don't know how to play keyboard to this day. So, a little bit of lore and secondhand embarrassment aside, I would say the third monster that I really struggle to reconcile with, but this is really the only like person I can blame, but it's myself. And I didn't really understand that at first. I was just thinking like, okay, it must have been someone else. It must have been something someone said to me at some point in my life. But no. There were times where I'd literally like, I would make YouTube videos, I'd do covers. I did a cover for I did a Clairo song. I did Bubblegum by Clairo, and I was playing the ukulele, and that got like 2,000 views. It got like over 100 likes, and seeing that affirmation scared me. I didn't have any negative comments. It was that visibility that scared me, and I took it down. I took the video down. And then I posted another cover, me playing the ukulele again. I was singing I'll Try Anything Once, a deep cut by The Strokes. Fuck, I love that song so much. And my friend saw the video. It came up on her like explore page, and she's like, Laura, this is great. I deleted the video again. I didn't want to be seen. And it's not like people were telling me bad things, but it's just like the minute I put myself out there, the minute I thought, okay, I wasn't hiding anymore, I guess that felt confronting. It felt too real, and I'm still trying to reconcile with that. I'm still trying to understand why that is the case. But I've got 10 more weeks of this book to figure that out. But that was hard to hear, hard to feel for myself, and it just makes me think about all these other opportunities I've had that I've shut down. I've fucking shut them down. And that's really annoying. Anyways, that was confronting. But there were also like more celebratory things we could explore this week. So on top of the 3 monsters, there were 3 champions in your Hall of Fame that you could list. And these were people that encouraged and nurtured your creativity and built up that self-worth, essentially. And for me, I would say my friends. Every time, oh my gosh, the first time I released a song, like the first time a song got played on the radio even, I'd made it when I was 16. I'd written it about this boy I was so heartbroken over. Oh my god, I thought that was love at that time. It was called Thought of You Alone, Real Ones Remember. I made it on my phone on GarageBand, and 2 years later in 2020, I submitted it to BBC Introducing. It was my first ever submission. I just did it like thinking it wasn't gonna happen, and then they played my song on the fucking radio, and oh, I remember that moment. Like, that did fucking bits for me. That really, like, in that moment, it made me think, like, if I can get stuff played on the radio, I can't be that bad, you know? Like, surely I have some sort of talent. They don't just do this for anyone, right? Albeit, my song was on the shitter end of all the other ones that came before it, but my friends, they all shared it, they posted it on their stories. I didn't even share a single thing about it because I was so fucking shy. I didn't want people to know, but it was such a big moment for me. And my wonderful friends, they've always encouraged me through, oh, I might get emotional. They've always encouraged me, like, even when I haven't believed in myself, even when I've been shy. Their quiet encouragement has made me feel like I can do it. They've streamed my songs, and I don't know what for. Because they like it? Because they like me? I don't know, but that's always been something I've been so grateful for, because without them, literally without my fucking friends in my fucking life, like, creativity aside, I would not be who I am today. Like, that is just a fact. So, shout out to my girls. I love you so much. And, yo, after this book, dinner's on me. The next creative champion. Okay, this guy, yo. This guy is like my Messiah. He's like my Jesus Christ. He is like my Lady Gaga, honestly. And that is Mr. Moore, my sixth form sociology teacher. Without being parasocial, without being like, I don't know, I love that man. I have so much love for him. As a human being, as a teacher, as a I don't know, as like a mentor, like, I have the utmost respect for him. Sociology changed my worldview. Like, my friends, Mr. Moore, they've shaped me into who I am today. Like, I remember when I first joined sociology, I didn't even want to be in that class. I wanted to do psychology, but I had failed biology at GCSE, so I didn't think it was possible for me. And I remember joining sociology, and it was pretty interesting, you know, and he was just such a passionate teacher, passionate, and you could really tell he cared about the world, he cared about the subjects, and he cared about his students. He was literally the first and only teacher that has ever made me feel seen. I think he appreciated my sass, he appreciated my fire, and I could tell he noticed my independence. Maybe he could see I was being like neglected as a child or some shit, but he celebrated that. He didn't make it feel like I was a problem. And for our leaving, like our end of year presentation, we had to do it over Zoom because COVID. He described me as unflappable and someone that isn't a taker of shit, which is based off of this Marxist feminist sociology theory, that women have to take on a lot more in like nuclear families and like relationships and stuff. And basically, he said I wasn't a taker of shit, and I've kept that mentality like moving forward my whole life. I could act in a way that some people would deem argumentative or rebellious or all these negative fucking attributes about just being a bad bitch. And he saw that and he chose to celebrate that in me. God, I always think about like writing him a message, like I'm friends with him on LinkedIn, and I just like, I always just want to like send him a message and be like, you changed my fucking life, man. Because he did. I would not be who I am today if it wasn't for him. If I never took that class, if I got the grades I needed and I did psychology, I would not be who I am today. So, shout out to that babe. I love you, Mr. Moore, and I wish eternal greatness for you, bro. And trust, after this book, bro, dinner's on me. Your child's education's on me, bro. Mark my words. And a third one, I feel like I've just been going on and on and on, so I'm gonna make this one pretty short and pretty sweet, but she has had just as much as an impact on me. When I was 21, I joined this 2-week program where you can make an album in 2 weeks, and I was so shy. I didn't even think I'd get into the program. It was completely free. I applied and they chose me, and then I got like a marketing qualification from it. I performed for the first time because of this, and there was a mentor on that program called Tiffany Holland. She's so cool. She's like so earthy and spiritual and like just down to earth, and she's like free and one with everything. Like, she just seems like she's like Mother Nature personified, for real. She could see I was shy. I think she really saw bits of herself in me, and she chose to nurture that. I made a song with her that got put on the album. We had like live instrumentalists playing with us, and like she sang with me, and like she just made me feel safe. But also, she saw me in a way that felt fucking intimidating. Like, she could see I wasn't living up to my true potential. No, I didn't like how I felt when that was happening, but I'm so grateful for her. I'm so grateful she chose to encourage me. She chose to uplift me. Tiff, bitch, like, you're a real one, girl. You're such a real one, bro. So yeah, shout out to my monsters and shout out to my champions. Dude, I feel like this video is gonna be like 40 days and 40 nights long. I was also tasked to do an artist date, which I feel like I've fucking flopped. I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm kind of struggling with these prompts sometimes. I did take time to sit with myself and do my makeup. That was what I'd tasked myself out to do for my artist date. I was gonna sit and do my makeup because that's not something I do often, but I've loved doing creative, colorful looks, and I feel like that would help me reconnect with a bit of my inner teenager. And that was good fun. I'd set up the camera to film. I wanted to make like a little get ready with me. And normally when I do stuff like that, I feel like there's a pressure to be perfect or to finish the video or to like have something to talk about. And I removed that burden from myself in this moment. I didn't finish the video. I didn't even finish the damn makeup look. It looked like shit at the end of it, but there was potential. There was potential. Which is why I think it flopped. I think I didn't give it my all. It felt fun at times, but when I felt that pressure creeping up, it didn't feel as fun. So I would like to try something different for week 2 with my artist date. Maybe I can do something that takes me out of the house. Hopefully. On to number 3. Were there any other issues this week that you consider significant for your recovery? So I feel like I've been struggling a bit with the blurts and the affirmations. I can wake up, I can look in the mirror, I can affirm myself 10 times down, but it's counteracting these blurts that I really struggled with. And I think some I don't know where they stem from. I don't know. So, some personal blurts I've had. I'm not a real musician. I feel like this stems from not being able to play any instruments. A personal blurt I have is that I can't sing and that my voice is fucked. And this is because I smoke like a motherfucker. Yeah, I'm not proud. But I would like to think that I am quitting. This is day 1. No smoking weed. I feel like I used to practice singing all the time. I could hit some high notes. I was in that Billie Eilish octave range, bro. Sometimes. But I've smoked and I haven't practiced, and I just feel like I'm embarrassed with where my voice is at right now. I think my lung capacity is really shit. I would say that's like my main insecurity when it comes to my music. It's my voice, which is unfortunate because it's my vessel. Like, it's how I'm communicating these things. I also had that, oh, I was pretty harsh to myself. I had that I'm a terrible producer with stagnant ideas, and that people feel sorry for me. That one, I really struggle to understand where that comes from. And maybe I get this sense of like self-pity because I'm very like creative, expressive with my outfits, with my message. Like, I want to put on a performance. But I feel like people see that and they pity it. They're like, oh, look at this artistic girl. And maybe I should ask myself why I think people think that of me. You know, I think it's just a bit of like a, okay, this is cute when a teenager does it. It's not so cute when a grown woman with no job is doing it and she's like half naked. I personally think that's cunt. I think that's cool as hell. But to counteract those blurts, I am a brilliant singer. My voice is unique and it deserves to be heard. I'm a great fucking producer, actually. There are times where I surprise myself even, and I'll just get a burst of creativity and I can create a whole song, a whole unique, in-depth, multi-dimensional song. I can do that, and I don't even know music theory, bro. So I'm gonna riff from the creative affirmations they suggested. I am a channel for God's creativity, and my work comes to good. Now, the people feel sorry for me thinking, girl, I don't know what the hell to tell you. I really don't know. I think the final thing I wanted to talk about, though, there was another task we had to do. I thought this was really cute. The imaginary lives. I sort of want to do this now just so I can have, like, proof, concrete proof that at one point in my life, these were my hopes and dreams. So, let's whip them out. So, I am a performance artist. I'm a performing artist. I'm an entertainer. I'm a multifaceted, multidimensional musician, producer, singer-songwriter, the works. I'm all of that. Now, if this the life I weren't living, some of the imaginary lives I don't know how many I did. I think I did 7. You're only supposed to do 5, but what I had was I would be a model. I love fashion photography, though I'm pretty short, so I'm like 5'1". When I had that dream as a kid, I was just like, please, God, please let me grow. And I never grew. But that's something I would do. I'd love to do, like, runway modeling. Oh, my God. I'd also love to do editorials, so if anyone is interested, here's my face. As I touched upon earlier, it was my number one dream to be an actress. I just love acting so much. I love being able to immerse myself in different characters and different worlds and just being able to be a different person. I think that's why I love performance art so much. It's just, I can be Bijou. I can be Bijou Baby. And I can embody all those great characteristics that I possess, but I don't know how to bring to the forefront as Laura, essentially. I said I would love to star in a satirical / blunt comedy thriller. That would be, oh my God, that'd be so funny. Like, I love shows like Modern Family. I love, like, American Dad. I love Pen 15. I love LA. I love these, like, Arrested Development. I just love these funny shows with layers to them. Oh my gosh, I'd love to be one of them. And also, if the opportunity ever presents itself, this is still my number one dream, and I hope I stay youthful for a good few years. But when I was a little girl, I was obsessed with The Walking Dead. How bizarre. I was like 11, fucking like dreaming of being in a zombie apocalypse. But I played the Walking Dead game, and I loved Clementine, and she was biracial as well, and I was like, that's my sis! So, like, ever since that day, I've wanted to play. If a live action ever comes about, I would want to play Clementine in the live action version of The Walking Dead, the game. Ah, that would be so cool. I even went as her for like Halloween once when I was like 12. But yeah, the next ones. Okay, so I would love to be a life coach. I think there's still time for me in this lifetime to become a life coach. But maybe it's something for me as an old lady when I'm like 60. I love self-help and spirituality, and I do love giving advice. I like talking to people. I like talking to myself. It's really therapeutic. And off the back end of that, I would also be a yoga instructor. Oh my god. The serenity I would feel just living in the mountains and like just waking up and breathing like the fresh Himalayan like fucking air. I can feel it now. Oh, that'd be so good. I'd love to just like wake up, stretch, be one with myself. Amen. Next one, I would also be a gymnast. Like I said, I used to teach myself gymnastics as a kid. When I was 10, I made it my goal to be the most flexible version of myself that I could ever be. Anyways, this is kind of silly, kind of not really, but I do dream of this. I would be a cult leader. I would love to be. Are you seeing these? I would love to be a cult leader. Are you fucking joking? And like, I don't mean like a cult leader where it's like, okay, you'll have to worship me and now we're all gonna die to avoid the crimes. But just like I think it'd just be fascinating. I'm like really interested in like occultism and in spirituality, and I like the taboo. I like things that are secretive, mysterious. I'd love to be a cult leader. I would love to be a cult leader before I'm ever a mother, honestly. And finally, the last thing I had was figure skater. When I was like 20, 21, there was this song I would listen to by Little Dragon called Wanderer. Pretty sure that's the one. I love Little Dragon so much. And I would just, oh my god, I dream of doing like routines to that shit. But I am scared of breaking nails, so I've stayed off the ice. I'm actually really scared of getting like, yeah, skates like over my fingers. God forbid. Anyways, at the end of that, I wrote, in this life, I am a performance artist, and the joy of that is I can embody all of these lives. Performance is a facade, it's storytelling, and that's amazing. With my performances, I could be a life coach, I could be a gymnast, I could be a cult leader, I could be a figure skater if I ever feel brave enough to step on that ice. I could be an actress. Performance art is acting. I can model. I can serve looks. I can be all of that in this, and that is so exciting to me. And this is why I'm so driven by the idea of performance art. It's powerful. It's so powerful. With that being said, I think I've done a pretty damn good check-in for the first week. I feel like I've covered the things I need to cover, and I'm sorry if this video is long as hell. I'm not actually, because I'm posting this for me. So I'm sorry to myself if I don't want to watch this long ass video. I'm excited. I have a lot of hope for what is in store. So yeah, thank you for watching. See you next week for a check-in again. Goodbye.